A lovely good afternoon. Welcome to the midday news on Camnet TV. Let's look at the headlines. Charcoal traders in LUSAKA tossed to load shedding. Government urged to prioritize addressing the issue of drug shortages in hospitals. In international headlines, Nigerian President MUHAMMADU BUHARI has signed the $21.83 trillion US 2023 budget. And in our sports headlines, Copper Queens forward Grace CHANDA calls for hard work ahead of the FIFA Women's World Cup. We have the details after the break.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, I'm Chol. We're from Cho's Fitness Gym. We're a fully functional gym located along Twin Palm Road in Kablonga, right by Cheshire Homes Society of Zambia. So we have various classes that happen from Monday to Friday. We have aerobics, we have boot camp, we have step aerobics, we have spinning, we have kettlebell classes. They happen from 18 to 19 hours every day, and we are open from 06 until 20 hours. That's Monday to Friday. Then Saturdays 6 to 12, and then Sundays we are closed. And most public holidays we are open 6 to 12.
Have you been facing perpetual failure, stagnation, spiritual, psychological, mental, marital, and financial challenges in your life and family? Do you experience generational cases or strange attacks in your life? Come and attend the first 2023 Breakthrough Overnight Prayer Meeting and learn about the battle that has been raging against your spirit, soul, and body. 2023 has been declared as the year of divine connection and elevation. Venue, the Healing Word Ministries International or Camnet Television Headquarters. Date, 6th January 2023. Time, 20 hours to 05 hours. Speakers, Evangelist Jomas.
We are protected because God wants to see each one of us.
Bishop Tanda Peter Mlenga, Christian Word Center International, Bishop Chisenga, Hope of Glory, and your hosts, Pastors Victoria and Moses Chiluba.
This is your year. I said this is your year. Witches or no witches, you are going higher.
Amen.
Whether people don't want you to be promoted, you will go far. I said you will go far.
Note, the year has just begun. Come and be part of this great night and make a difference in your life, family, and business. Get tired of going in circles. Invite your relatives and friends. See you there.
Thank you so much for tuning in once more to present the news. My name is Louisia Nalupumbwe. And other news in detail. Charcoal traders at Fred Joe area of Garden Compound in Lusaka's Mandevu constituency say they have witnessed an improvement following the commencement of load shedding. Speaking to Camnet News, the charcoal traders say they normally sell 1 or 2 bags a day, but thus they have been able to sell about 5 bags by the afternoon of Tuesday, 3rd January 2023. Zambia's power company ZESCO announced that load shedding will begin Tuesday, 3rd January 2023 after a drastic reduction in water for electricity generation at Kariba North Bank Power Station. We have the details in the following report.
According to the Zambia Forestry and Forest Industries Corporation, ZAFICO, the country loses over 200,000 hectares of forest per year due to deforestation, mainly owing to charcoal burning. This has been seen as one of the major contributors to climate change, which has resulted in a change of seasons, hence negatively affecting farming in Zambia. With the announcement by Zambia's power utility company ZESCO that load shedding has officially begun Tuesday, 3rd January 2023, Camnet News took time to talk to some charcoal traders in Lusaka's Garden Compound to see how business is going. Some traders say their business has slowly begun picking up.
Achitako improve at least kuchira paja pamene sienzo eda malachi bachirero nkasako yaindako malachi.
So like maybe magwisa yangati per day, then lo magwisa kwa yangati?
Limbi day timagwisa limbi 2 kamozi bachirero tagulisako yali 5.
Others, however, say sales have been slow for them, attributing it to people lacking money due to harsh economic conditions.
Kumatika ona abantu bamba kubwedza ona kuti apo business ya posting ako kai bantu still baona. so palibe vametinga kale mwamene mwayimirira pana motoka mwaonapo muntu ofunsako malasha mwayimirira nthawi ikulu maningi mami palibe vantu itipendi vantu ngati valina ndalama mumakombo ndani vantu ndi vantigula mumakombo so ngati vantu valibe ndalama nichitirambo kungojama so chapo kara 2 months ulupa market 1 month ulupa market business yenda so boma baby apart dandala kundrama kulibe.
Camnet News also caught up with some customers who said they had no plan of buying charcoal but have been forced to do so due to the load shedding.
Sankara affected spot in sense stove in my picture from light. So Chani forcing out in the Glen Kasaka Kamarasha, Nakagura 120.
The current situation presents a serious challenge not only for the government to provide alternative sources of energy, but also for alternative sources of business for the traders if climate change is to be effectively combated. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Still in Garden Compound, some residents have complained over the continued indiscriminate dumping of garbage along Katimamlilo Road. A check by Camnet TV News found piles of uncollected garbage dotted along the road and covering part of the drainage. Speaking in an interview, one of the residents, Joseph Mwanza, attributes the dumping of waste to the Lusaka City Council's failure to collect the garbage. Meanwhile, the area councillor, Adrian Banda, laments that most residents in the area send young people to dump the garbage by the roadside, especially in the night. Details are in this report.
Some areas across Lusaka are currently a health hazard following the piling up of uncollected garbage and mass littering. For years, waste management has emerged as one of the greatest challenges facing Lusaka City. It is not a new problem though, but the volume of waste being generated continues to increase at a faster rate than the ability of the city authorities to improve on the financial and technical resources needed to parallel this growth. Residents of Garden Compound in Mandevu constituency have expressed concern about the continued throwing of garbage along Katima Muliro Road by unknown people. They have attributed the indiscriminate waste dumping of the LCC's failure to collect the garbage.
Like at least because like when you air pollution man, which affects in time yamvula and cholera. So that's how they but then is there kuleta kwa chotera mo sha. I want to some umbrella. So I don't want some umbrella say I'm at up which is not good. At least
Meanwhile, the area councillor Adrian Banda says most residents are fond of paying young people to dump the garbage along the roadside at night, however assures of a lasting solution.
I've given them warnings because the people who does that is the people who stays along the same road, which have taken advantage of sending the youths to dump. Just last week, I had to chase a youth to stop him from dumping. Unfortunately enough, I couldn't apprehend him because he was running. I tried people to help me. Also, they failed. But we had a meeting within the area, that is Gabon area, to say, please, let's refrain from now. Once we clear this garbage, we don't want anyone to find one thing, otherwise law shall take its own course.
Meanwhile, a further check by the news crew in George Compound along Mungu Road found uncollected garbage dotted along the roadside, even covered a nearby bus station. The crew also observed that some of the traders were selling few meters away from this, despite the situation having a high risk of causing health complication to them. They state they have no other place to trade from. However, have called on relevant authorities to look into the issue.
Okay, tukambeze so shortcut yani. Vanoma botaya mbishara, swataya mzua, wataya usiku, chasokako. Mzua kafuna taya, tema walesa kutaya kwa. So kutaya po usiku ngatasokako takomboka. Ndio nili mwaona. Dawa pasimenzo fika hapa, fika ku last kokuza but kwenda kwa madezi benda chevibwera sabu.
Challenge ni ambili, manje kaidi tikafuna kamba po complainer. Azapeze kati banya banzenzera zakamba first mililani ero tikakonze hapa. Manje nishize zambo jesera kutiba. Ero ni matime yose kulira bana ba school hapa. Sikuti ne nipunzira mpunzi abana.
The situation in these two locations is depressing than ever. Indiscriminate or uncoordinated disposal of the waste has posed a healthy hazard to the people living in the nearby household and those selling nearby. A hope to finding a lasting solution to this is prayed for. Miriam Kemba reporting for Camnet TV News.
Patriotic Front presidential hopeful Chimba Kamwili has challenged the United Party for National Development to apologize to Zambians for failing to deliver farming inputs to various parts of the country on time. Mr. Kamwili has further accused the current administration for scrubbing off old suppliers of farming inputs to allegedly favor friends of the UPND. He has wondered why major disruptions should be made to key sectors such as agriculture when these injures on the overall well-being of farmers, citizens and food security. The PF aspiring president was speaking when he featured on the Camnet TV Governance and Current Affairs program, dubbed The National Matters, on Monday, 2nd January 2023.
You find that if you are quick to remove the suppliers, like our friends did, the UPND, to bring in your own preferred suppliers, then the people will suffer. So, and immediately, Pastor, let me drive this point. You see a government is quick to change suppliers when they come into government. Just know that there is corruption. Because if there is no corruption, why remove those that were supplying fertilizer? I do recall myself very well that when we came into office as PF under Mr. Sata, somebody within PF went to Mr. Sata and said, we have to remove these fertilizer suppliers. They were dealing with the MMD, so we need to bring in our own supplier. Mr. Sata said, excuse me, it is not the job of a politician to disturb and disrupt business. Leave those people. Go and tender whoever wins, whether they've been supplying in the past or they want to come on board, as long as they've got a good price and they meet the criteria, go and do business with them.
Citizens First Party President Harry Kalaba has advised the government to critically prioritize 3 key areas of development in 2023, among them the agriculture, health and the energy sector. In an interview with Camnet TV News, Mr. Kalaba says the drama by the government of lying to the citizens that there are medicines in health facilities when in fact not should come to an end. The opposition leader says drugs are essential commodities that should be readily available and accessible by the citizens. And Mr. Kalaba has described the 2022 farming season as disastrous, and that what transpired this year should not repeat itself in 2023. We have details in this report.
The first year of the United Party for National Development UPND administration into office has seen the party score in sectors such as the education through the introduction of free education, which has seen many children go back to school. The year has also seen the party fail in many areas such as the late delivery of inputs, shortage of medicines in health facilities, high cost of living, among other things. Citizens First Party President Harry Kalaba has since advised governments to critically prioritize 3 key areas of development in 2023, among them the agriculture, health and energy sector.
Now that we've entered 2023, we as Citizens First expect government to look at 3 priority areas of governance. We expect government to take a lot of interest in the energy sector. We expect government to take a lot of interest in the health sector. We expect government to take a lot of interest in the agriculture sector. The agriculture sector has been very disastrous during the last farming season. We expect that seed and fertilizer now will reach farmers as early as August, so that they can plan and carry out their farming activities in time.
The opposition leader has also advised government to ensure that drugs are distributed in health facilities, as opposed to telling citizens that medicines are available when in fact not.
Also expect government to ensure that drugs, medicines are distributed in hospitals. This drama of government telling us that there's medicine when there's no medicine in hospitals should come to an end. Government must take time, practical solutions, let them visit the hospitals and clinics and let them see for themselves that citizens are literally struggling in the health sector. We also hope that government is going to deal with the energy sector very precisely. Zambia cannot, after 58 days of independence, continue importing petrol and diesel hand to mouth every other month. I think that should come to an end. What we need now, or what we need to expect now, is that government should procure the hydrocarbon cracker.
Many Zambian citizens are yet to start reaping fruits from the policies that the UPND administration are still implementing, considering that the high cost of living has continued to affect many families. Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
In our international headlines, Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari has signed the $21.83 trillion 2023 budget. The head of state on Tuesday in Abuja, the capital, signed off on the 8th and final annual budget of his administration, saying it was an increase of $1.32 trillion over the original executive proposal. These provisions were made for the 2023 general elections and the transition program. An imminent transition process explains why the head of state decided to sign the 2023 appropriation bill as passed by the National Assembly. This rapid signature will therefore allow its implementation to begin without delay. Here's a roundup of international news.
Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari has signed the $21.83 trillion 2023 budget. The head of state on Tuesday in Abuja, the capital, signed off on the 8th and final annual budget of his administration, saying it was an increase of $1.32 trillion over the original executive proposal. These provisions were made for the 2023 general elections and the transition program. An imminent transition process explains why the head of state decided to sign the 2023 appropriation bill as passed by the National Assembly. This rapid signature will therefore allow its implementation to begin without delay. The 2022 Supplementary Appropriation Bill was also signed. The bill enables the administration to respond to the devastation caused by the recent national floods on the infrastructure and agriculture sectors. In order to achieve the targets set to meet the new budget, President MUHAMMADU has directed public enterprises to intensify their revenue mobilization efforts, including ensuring that all taxable organizations and individuals pay their due taxes.
Time now for sports news. Copper Queens forward CHANDA says she is looking forward to the FIFA Women's World Cup that kicks off in Australia and New Zealand on 19th July 2023. The 9th edition of the FIFA Women's World Cup will take place from July 20 to August 20, 2023 across 10 stadiums in Australia and New Zealand, 6 in Australia and 4 in New Zealand. CHANDA is optimistic that the team will perform better at the global tournament.
Like us, Copper Queens, patambongala maningi na my experience because ticha manje na my players bosia na beba jabe stenzo tiana bebe. Sometimes tenzo spesa she ticha na ma timu na ngo bebe bambili baenda kuma bali kuma Europe bambili so enzo pesa kati bebe bali maningi na experience. But for now apatapaka beta enda ko like taenda ko ma pro so like apana isizankala easy, like even for the World Cup tizankala futi bambiri bazatengera pona benangu so vonzi bizamba chekungala moshe manje. Yeah, like group ya tu series niyo kosa, so like we have to prepare ourselves tifunika cheta pushing tankala lady because stinga kamba tiba spending wokosa ni wokosa even wa Costa Rica, so we have to push, we have to work extra hard back to cover win. Give us more support. We love you so much as a Copper Queens. Thank you so much for everything.
And on that sporting item, we come to the end of the midday news on Camnet TV. But before we go, let's look at the headlines once again. Charcoal traders in LUSAKA toast to load shedding. Government urged to prioritize addressing the issue of drug shortages in hospitals. In international headlines, Nigerian President MUHAMMADU BUHARI has signed the $21.83 trillion 2023 budget. And finally, in sports, the Copper Queens forward Grace CHANDA calls for hard work ahead of the FIFA Women's World Cup. Thank you so much for watching. On behalf of the entire production and news crew, my name is Louisa Nalupumbo. It's bye for now and enjoy the rest of our programmings on Camnet TV.